Nah, you cannot stop me. This isn't a robbery. Hands in the sky if you got a dream. Learn nothing was blocking me. I was the problem, the only one stopping me. I didn't like it, I had to refocus. Now I'm devoted, I know where I'm going. Controlling emotions, I'm owning the moment. In order to get it, see you.
Two cutters through the middle. Artie up for three.
Kia ora te whānau, nau mai haere mai, nau mai hoki mai ki te whakataetai whutu pāro o te Bay of Plenty Youth Development Cup here in Rotorua at the Westbrook Fields. My name is Regan Williams and I'm here with Pat Ray and we are your commentators for the game between the Western Bay of Plenty under-18s and the Eastern Bay of Plenty under-18s. Really looking forward to this game. Pat, both of these teams have been playing really well throughout the tournament.
Yeah, we saw both these teams yesterday and really excited to see them again today.
There's been some great rugby displayed right across the fields over the last 2 days, Pat, and it's been a great tournament so far. So just an acknowledgement to the Bay of Plenty Rugby Union for all the work that they've gone and done for this tournament. Central Bay of Plenty, One Foundation, and local Gecko Productions. What do you think of the live streaming, Pat?
Yeah, it's a great opportunity to provide our whānau at home who are unable to get up to the venue to be able to see their rangatahi perform on what's now considered an international stage.
Yeah, I agree, mate. It's huge for the whānau at home and, you know, the whānau overseas. I've just had actually some people tell me that they're going to go home because it's far too cold to be here and they're going to watch it on the live stream. So, you know, huge accolades to the local Gecko team and the production team. They do a great job, professional job, so really appreciate it. So there's a few players we just want to watch out for today in the Western Bay team. Young Taylor Kingy, she's had an excellent tournament. Also, number 8, Naishan Taumalo, who's had an excellent tournament. And also, number 5, Jamie Chamberlain. And in the Eastern Bay of Plenty team, lots of experience, lots of great players in that team to look out for as well. Number 11, Zakaya Kopa. Number 8, Hazel Gates. Here we go. Here's the kickoff. Deep kick there by the Western Bay for the Eastern Bay team. Big defence coming in on the fullback for the Eastern Bay. Good carry forward there by the number 8 from the Eastern Bay team. Hazel Gates. Another carry there by the lock. Tilde Florence. A little bit of hesitation there from the first 5. Big carry though out to the edge from the Eastern Bay of Plenty. From Layla Armite. Nice little tip off. Good ball control here by the Eastern Bay early on in this half. Good carry coming in by Collier. Big, huge defence there from the Western Bay of Plenty. Excellent tackle by the number 27.
Gosh, there's some big hits in this early exchange.
Yeah, looks like the Western Bay have come to play. Great ball control though by the Eastern Bay of Plenty. They haven't made many metres. Big collision in the midfield there by the number 17, Isla J. Tangida. Little bit of a scrag coming in from the Western Bay. Like the way the Eastern Bay team are just throwing this ball around, but they've got excellent ball control. Making a few metres there, the open side flanker, Grace Turner. Another massive collision again by the number 17. She's having a great start, Tangida. Pick and go by Armite. Out the back to the backs. Just a bit of a wayward pass coming in from the Eastern Bay, but they can regather it. The defence from this Western Bay line has been excellent so far, holding them back in their 22. This is about probably the 12th phase, I'd say, that Eastern Bay have had.
Meeting a big wall of defence from this Western Bay under-18s team.
Still got control of the ball. Nice hole running there by the number 7. Turner offloads it to the centre. Picked up by Gates. They set it in. Once again, they're at the halfway now, just over the half. Excellent play here by the Eastern Bay. 16th phase, I'd say. Long passage of play. This is from the kickoff, Pat. 3.5 minutes. There it is. There's the first whistle from the referee. Excellent play, though, by the Eastern Bay of Plenty team.
These two teams went well yesterday together. Western Bay just getting the win in this match yesterday, 10 points to 0. So Eastern Bay will be looking to turn that result around. And by the way they've started, they'll be looking at doing something very well. Unfortunately, they've just given away a penalty, and Western Bay have come away with the ball.
Michaela Graham, one to watch out for. Number 17 for the Western Bay of Plenty side. They had an excellent game this morning.
Is the number 8, so Moipulau carrying into a contact. Good ball runner, that one.
Another good carry there. Jamie Chamberlain mentioned her earlier. Kingy, nice footwork there. Western Bay taking it forward again.
Little Indy O'Connell.
Michaela Graham decides to kick the ball downfield. Eastern Bay let it bounce though. Opportunity for the Western Bay team down in the own half. Regathering. Might have just went off. Oh no, held there by the Western Bay player in the ruck. Eastern Bay managed to escape by getting a penalty.
Yeah, it was a good kick and a good chase. Unfortunately, she had run away from her support and ended up holding on to possession. Here's Eastern Bay taking the ball to the right-hand edge by their number 1. It's Oimaria Tamatea there. Or, no, Gold.
Nice pick and go there from the halfback, Tuari Hape. Looks like she was playing the ball on the ground, I think.
Western Bay have elected to have a scrum by the looks. Our first look at their set piece.
First scrum of the game, I think it is, Pat. See how they go up front.
The first opening phase of play went for 3 minutes and 38 seconds.
Yeah, mate, that's excellent, eh? And that was all ball.
In play.
Yep. And the Eastern Bay showed what the skill they have. Nice pass to the edge here. Showing some pace down the edge. Actually, we need to come back. The whistle's gone. May have been a forward pass a little bit earlier there, but the number 11 down the edge looks like she's got a bit of toe. Kaiser Edmonds. Nice tight game earlier on in this half, Pat.
Yeah, the under 18 girls competition is very closely contested. So which is what we like to see. And I've seen the Bay under 18s coaches, selectors here. So it's good to see the selectors here looking at all the talent that they can cherry pick for their upcoming under 18 girls campaign.
Yeah. Just a little bit of a mistake there. She won't be happy about that. Sin Hakupa. Just a little knock on. Took her eyes off the ball. But, yep, like you say, I've seen the Bay coach around, walking around, checking out his players. And I think he's really happy with the team he's going to end up with because there's a lot of good players amongst these under 18 girls. Quick little dash down the right by the number 20, Kaylee Gardner. Knock on, out wide though. Eastern Bay managed to get the ball. Nice little tip on. Fence though by the Western Bays up to it. Nice offload there from the number 8 for the Eastern Bay. Good go forward here from the Eastern Bay plenty side. Here she is again. Nice long pass out wide. Looks like the Western Bay team are offside there though. Just up quick in the line. I said earlier in the commentary in an earlier game that a lot of these teams are getting penalised for that offside rule. They're just not going back that extra metre that they need to, Pat.
Yeah. Yeah, and you saw there just a little mistake at the base of that breakdown by Eastern Bay, and their halfbacks accidentally kicked it forward and given the ball away.
What can Western Bay do here? Another good carry from the number 27, Indy O'Connell. Chamberlain, she'll take it forward all day. She's had a great tournament. Big kick downfield by Taylor Kingy. Manages to find some grass. Good chase by Western Bay, but gathered up by the Eastern Bay fullback. Cadence Gate. Turned over there. Might have been lucky to get away with that, playing the ball on the ground, Pat.
Yeah, I think you might be right.
Nice carry here by
Raylan
Munga.
Munga. I think that 3-minute splurge in the first play of the day has taken its toll. There's a lot of players out there walking. There's been an awful lot of ball in play here. As Western Bay take the ball out to the right-hand edge.
Here she is, the big barnstorming winger. Might have been a little bit of a hair pull there.
Yeah, I think the referee's got the arm out for advantage. And the number 6 from Western Bay, Paikia Cecil, she dots down after the referee played advantage from what looked like a bit of an accidental hair grab.
What about the power shown by the number 11 down the edge there, Edmonds?
Yeah, beautiful run down that left-hand edge. And good of Western Bay to be able to counter-attack from the left-hand side of the field where they recycled the ball, took it all the way to the right-hand side and managed to find a hole. And here you see here in the replay, number 11. And there's the accidental hair there. bit of a whoopsie.
Couple of big, strong fends, though, by Edmonds.
Yep. And then our number 6 gets the ball on the ground for a try.
Takes that score out to 5 points to 0 with the kick to come.
Look at that. And the half's gone in the blink of an eye because of that 3:39 start.
Just see in the background the coaches for the Western Bay, Michael Collins and Nicky Kingy. Kick's unsuccessful. Score remains 5 points to 0 to the Western Bay of Plenty side.
I see before the Bay of Plenty Volcanics coach, Ryan Setafano, is also here as well. So he's probably looking at this grade for any girls that will potentially go off and be selected in his FPC team this year. So there'll be 1 or 2 girls putting their hands up from this tournament to go into that.
Yeah, and the Volcanics do tend to take a few of the under-18 girls. Is that right, Pat?
Yep. Not my personal preference. I'd like to see them stay in the under-18 grade, but when you're as good as they are, why not give them the opportunity, right? And I just look at the Black Ferns now. There's a couple of 18-year-olds running around in the Black Ferns now. One of them wears the number 15 jersey, and oh, my God, how good is she? Anyway, back live.
Ripped out there. Really well done by the number 7, Grace Turner. Showed her aggression in that tackle. Good line defence by the Western Bay. They really need to hold on to her, though. Good carry. Out to the pod. Look to go out the back. Ref deems that a knock on there by the centre. Sin Hakupa. Pass may have been a little bit behind her, made it a bit more difficult for her to catch, but I like the defence there by Turner on the first opening tackle after their kickoff.
Yeah, it was good defence from Western Bay too to put them under pressure to throw the pass too, right? And that's all based off your line speed.
Western Bay here to put the ball in. Leading 5-0.
Gardner to Kingy. Big wide pass. She's away. Ava Laking. Got her out on the left wing wearing the number 9 jersey.
Tell you what, I hope the Steamers coach is having a look at this number 17 for Western Bay, Michaela Graham. She's got some skills.
And this time Waipulau, the number 8, again grabbed her by the hair.
Excellent run there by O'Connell. Sees the gap, picks it up and goes through it. She's had a good tournament, has this young girl.
Yeah, Indy O'Connell, Arataki, JAB. Very handy to the Arataki fields. Her house is right on the field, so she's got no excuse. And you see here, Tom Waipulau takes the ball, good run. There's just a slight accidental hair pull here. And then India sniffing around the base of the ruck, sees the hole, dashes through, and brings the ball closer to the uprights for what should be an easier conversion attempt.
Yeah, excellent heads-up play there by young O'Connell.
Heard a rumour that she was playing for Arataki Prems this year in the Bay-Wide Women's Championship division from Manukura. And someone was talking about sponsoring her flights home every weekend for the game.
Oh, nice.
But she's a good young kid, Indy, and she comes from a good family stock.
Converted by the young girl I was talking about earlier, Michaela Graham. One to watch as well. Just unlucky here, the defence of the All Portuguese team is just slipping off the tackles. They're on it. First up tackles are key.
I'm always in two minds about having this hair down the back of the jersey. You know, you're trying to grasp a jersey and you accidentally get a handful of hair.
Yeah, I know the feeling. The old hair pull hurts too every now and again, doesn't it?
Yeah. And it looks really obvious too when the neck gets jerked backwards at a great rate of knots.
Kickoff coming here by Mia McWalters. Taylor Kingy, excellent run. Just wanted to pass the stick there. Great skills, though, from the winger Edmonds to keep it in play. Nice little offloading. Little bit of offloading from the Western Bay team.
They did well to salvage that because it was a pass that went to ground and could have put them in trouble. But here's the number 8, Tomoipulau, finding the edge.
Nice dummy there. Goes back out wide to the halfback. Maybe a forward pass. I know the referee's looking for a penalty.
Yeah, I think the pass was slightly forward, so he's gone back for an offence.
It's a big advantage.
Yeah, you see here they get on the outside edge. There's this pass here that he think he's ruled as forward. And he's right in line with it too, so he's gone back.
Lots of advantage play there by the ref. Love a ref who plays advantage. We do have more games coming up after this. Whānau, we have the under-16 boys final between the Western Bay of Plenty and the Central Bay of Plenty. Then we'll have the under-16 girls final, and followed by the under-18s C-BOP versus E-BOP. So lots of rugby to look forward to, Whānau. If you're at home watching on the live stream, if you're around the area, come down. We're at Westbrook Fields here in Rotorua.
There's a few vacant spots around the touchline for those wussies that have gone home.
There she is again. Taumalau off the back.
Big run.
I like the way she changed the ball into her other hand when she ran around the outside of her player.
All the way down to the 22.
Another carry here coming in from Chamberlain. Big, strong run. Must be something out here on the left edge, surely. Taylor Kingy, she's seen it. Great hands. Kayla Graham, draw pass out to Laking. Good heads up play, decided to go in field just over the line. What are your thoughts there, Pat? Did she get it over?
Oh, I think if we have a look at the television replay, I think she might be lucky.
The ref's called it, mate. He would have to go to the TMO, and I think it might have been a try.
But look at this, that big run from Western Bay number 8. There's a great little tip-on by Raylan Monga into the hands of Laking, who had a bit of work to do, and she got there in the end. So good try, and it's on the score sheet.
Great determination there by Laking. Like the way how she stepped in. She knew she was heading for the outline. Stepped in, beat the inside player. Dived over the line. Excellent try. Michaela Graham to take the conversion. Conversion unsuccessful. Score remains 15.
17. 17-0 to Western Bay.
17-0. Thank you, Whānau, for fixing up the score. Good spotting there, Pat.
It's hard to score 2 points on its own.
Unless we're playing league. Here we go. Laking. Good heads up, steps in. Good determination to get it over the line. Yeah, that'll be a try. One movement.
Yep. And she never lost contact or control.
Yeah.
Good try set up by the number 8 to Moilau.
Nice deep kick. Regan Kingy brings it back though. Makes some good meters. Nice little one-handed offload. Big carry there by the open side flanker, Tyra Farrell.
Loose carry. Eastern Bay have turned it over.
Let's see what they can do with the ball. Good carry forward there by Hakupa. Great play there by Western Bay getting in over the ball. Quick tap from the Western Bay. Good carry coming in from Curran.
Hard luck.
Yeah, unlucky. Having a little bit of a scuffle with her mate. They must be friends. Good to see that they can have a little bit of banter and a bit of a laugh, mate, towards the end of the first half.
I seen that happen in a men's game once, and it looked so funny until they turned around. They had the biggest smiles on their faces.
Yeah. All right, there we go, Whānau. Half-time, 17-0 to the Western Bay of Plenty against the Eastern Bay. One more half to go in this game for these girls. We'll be back soon.
Stay away. I mean, for heaven's sake, I'ma be the best. Came from the endless, playing with the games, mixing with the chest. Beating on my chest, trying to get my rest. Watch me while I flex. Every win is a blessing, and every L is a lesson. So when I run into rejection, I know it's only redirection. I see the blessings right beside me. The chances of quitting are likely. I do it like I'm in my Nikes. Don't make excuses, they never excite me. Boxes. I cannot fit in the boxes. Stop it. Quitting was never an option. Exhausted. This passion is never exhausted. And you cannot stop it. Nah, you cannot stop it. Quitting was never an option. And you cannot stop it. Nah, you cannot stop it.
Right, welcome back, Whānau. Welcome back to the Bay of Plenty Youth Development Cup, the second half between the Western Bay of Plenty under-18 girls and the Eastern Bay of Plenty under-18 girls. Excellent first half. What are we going to see in the second half, Pat?
Yeah, Eastern Bay really need to get themselves back into this game if they've got any chance of salvaging some points here. They need to pick some, just get their defensive alignment working a bit better.
Yeah, you will notice, Whānau, that there are some players that weren't on in the first half. There is a rule at this tournament that every player that is stripped for this game needs to get at least half a game. Here she goes again, laking down the edge. Got some pace, steps in the inside. Can she go all the way? What a try. Excellent play there by the young Ava Laking.
What an absolute cracking of a try. She did an awful lot of hard work to get there.
I see the number on her back's number 9, but looks like she's, could be a winger as well, eh?
That's a 22-metre line she's getting the ball, and she had a lot of work. She beats one. There's another one, two, inside there. Got the pace, outstrip her fella, number 9, and she brings it around closer to the goalpost. An absolute cracking try. Well done, young lady.
Yes, excellent try. She'll be really happy about that try, mate. She'll be able to tell her friends all about that once she watches it on the live stream. Takes the score out to 22 points to 0 to the Western Bay of Plenty. Kick to come. Yeah, great kick there from the Western Bay. Takes the score out to 24 points to 0. Yeah, she scoots down the edge. She just got held up there, but managed to keep that pace going and just outpaced everybody. So what an excellent try, Laking. Converted by Michaela Graham. The Eastern Bay really didn't need that to happen within the first couple of minutes, but I'm sure that they'll bounce back as they do over the Whakatane to Teko way. They never bow down to anything, so I'm sure the Eastern Bay will come back fighting. Just waiting for the ball to come back, so the women's rugby, it's going strong, isn't it, Pat?
Yeah, it's been really good to watch the growth of women's rugby, especially in our region, but also across the country. You know, we're at the stage now, our Bay-wide premier competition for our women's teams split into 2 divisions. There's 6 teams in the top division and then another 6 teams in the bottom division. So there's 12 teams running around, might even be 14, I think. 14
awesome.
premier women's rugby teams.
Yeah, that's awesome for the future. And I think with having the high performance centre in Mount Maunganui, you know, with all the sevens girls and that around, that, you know, promotes the game a lot more as well, eh?
Yeah, and Lippy's got one going over here too, right? And I heard a cool story about that girl from Central Bay, Flett, the blonde-headed flanker.
Oh, yes.
I'll tell you that story later on, but there's a real cool story. Lippy's training her in the gym.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice.
He's got a quartet of girls. Anyway, we're back live. Nice
Hands again by the Western Bay of Plenty. Good carry there by number 24. Turuhia Farrell. Going backwards, says the ref. Kingy takes it in. Nice hands from Munga. Long pass out wide. There she is again, O'Connell.
I think they might have switched positions for her. She's now probably running around in the back line.
Big defence coming in from the Eastern Bay. Like I said, they won't back down. Creates the turnover. Here they go, Eastern Bay. This was the tackler there, number 2, Raiha Peri. Decides to go down the right-hand side. Offload by the 8. It's going backwards though, I think. Just need to secure their pull though. Bit of a chip kick coming in there from Grace Turner. Gathered in though by the Western Bay. Counter-attack, what can they do? So Kingy might look to go wide here. There might be a little bit of an overlap somewhere. Here she goes. Great long pass to Munga. Manages it to knock it on though, just unlucky. Looks like she might be running around with a little bit of a knee injury there, young Raylan Munga. Or hamstring maybe.
Yeah,
to be hobbling.
That right thigh there heavily strapped. The second half started off a little bit more helter-skelter as those fresh players try to inject themselves into this game, and a couple of positional changes.
Yeah, and that would do that to you because you're playing with the same players for 20 minutes and then all of a sudden she changes positions around and new players and trying to get into the game. And see what we've got here. Eastern Bay. Go out wide. Oh, what a big shoulder coming in from Raylan Munga. Not sure if she was allowed to do that. Need the arm somewhere. Another carry from Perry.
Referee signalling no clear release, so the tackler's had a jackal, which is okay, but you've got to let the player go first before you can have a crack at the ball.
Yeah, it can be quite contentious, that call, can't it?
Yeah. Anyway, big carry there, number 19, Cheyenne Tapo. This is a good Eastern Bay name for you. This is the number 8 carrying Hazel Gates, and she's over. Eastern Bay have finally got some points on the board 6 minutes into the second half.
Good carry there by Gates. Thought she'd have a go. She's been tipping the ball off earlier on in the game, but decides to have a go. Great carry there by Cheyenne Tipo. Here she is here. Gates. Nice run straight through the middle.
And a good fend to the face to finish off.
Yeah. She would have learnt that down the Eastern Bay.
Yeah, they learnt their JOB under 9s, don't they? No, they're all fending to the chest at that age.
Great attempt there. A little bit of a drop kick coming in from the open side flanker. Turner flagged away though. The score is 24 points to the Western Bay, 5-2 Eastern Bay. Here it is.
From a different angle, right? Good carry there. And then one pass to Gates. She spots the gap. Big fend in the face. Thank you very much. I'm having a try.
Pretty hard to stop somebody at that speed and size running at you 1 metre out from the try line. Good dedication though.
Love number 8's pushing off backs.
Great kick there by Kingy. Goes 10, only just, but that's all good. Gathered in by Curran. Nice little offload there to Heather. Kingy. Good footwork. Oh, a bit of a back flick too. Great play. Monga gets it out to the number 14. Quinn. Great long pass.
That is a great pass by somebody running on half a leg.
Knock on there though. Great play in the ruck there. Here she is, the try scorer. Offload, great offload to the blind side. Cecil. Good little carry there by the halfback. Great carry forwards by Tipo. She's done well since she's come on. Just a bit of a mess up in the middle there, unfortunate. Ref was playing advantage though, so they go back for the penalty to the Eastern Bay of Plenty side.
He's found a high tackle in that last contest. And Eastern Bay have called for the scrum. So I don't think this game's over, you know. I think Eastern Bay have got their tails up. They've got the sails are in full flight. The spinnaker's out.
Yep, the Eastern Bay, they'll be in it right to the end. Aroha might have said Cecil had the ball earlier, number 6 for Eastern Bay, but it was actually Kavala Clay. Scrum here for the Eastern Bay of Plenty side. Tuari Hape gets it out. Great hands showing there. Here she goes again. Hakupa, great step on the inside. Beautiful try under the black dot there by Sin Hakupa.
That's a fantastic try, and that is all individual skill and speed, that try. The pass was pretty ordinary, but she gets on the wraparound, and you see here there's a little bit of a, and she just turns on the gas, powers through, inside step, cover can't get it, brushes one off, under the sticks, great try.
Excellent try. You see when she doubles around there, she just gets on the outside of Munga and just backs herself to get around the outside of her.
Yeah, Munga's on one leg, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Those Western Bay coaches should get her off.
Conversion unsuccessful there. Score remains 24 points to 10. Just have a look at this. She gets around, then gets on the outside here. Good. Sees the gap, goes through it. Beautiful side step off the right foot. Great individual try. Hopefully the Bay selector or the Bay coach, Chris Falwasser, was watching that one. I'm sure that he'll go back to the video footage though. One to watch there, Chrissy.
He's been a good servant of Bay of Plenty Rugby for a number of years, Chris Falwasser.
Yeah, mate, top man. Does a good job. Just loves the footy. Nice deep kick here from the Western Bay. Good chase too. Equally a good carry by the Eastern Bay of Plenty, number 23, Misty Mika. Good offload there. The tides have turned. Eastern Bay of Plenty have got the backs up. Nice offload. Here she goes again, the try scorer, because she got the speed. Excellent play, Sin Hakupa. Well done, another great try. To the centre. There you go, Chrissy. Sign her up.
Here they come. Here they come.
Excellent play. They get it wide here.
It's just a good catch and pass. It started off by Gates. Then the ball was carried up here. And then they find some space. And you can see her looking around. There's the extra space there. Bang. Hits the try scorer. She's got too much gas. No one's going to come close.
Great try there by Hakupa. Takes that score out to 24-15. I'm sure that the kicker, Grace Turner, will be kicking herself. She didn't get that last kick over. Nice and close to the post it was. This conversion here was unsuccessful as well. So score remains 24-15. Just those extra points can be vital. Just means that now that the Eastern Bay need to score 2 more times.
Yes. Converted tries, it would have been only once.
Yeah.
You see here in the replay, she just sizes it up, sucks in another player, and then gets the offload.
I wouldn't underestimate the Eastern Bay though, mate. They've scored 2 tries in 2 minutes.
Yep, here we go again. They're off.
Another good carry. This is the same sort of peg that they had in that last try.
Carbon copy, right?
Carbon copy. Great carry there by Cecil. Oh, sorry. Clay it was. Good little interplay from Gates. Big run here from Tangida. Showed a little footwork as well. Well, referees called that forward. Just unlucky there from the Eastern Bay team.
Yeah, this Western Bay team will be looking for some possession now. They haven't had the ball for about 4 minutes.
They've got it now. Looks like there might be a little bit of cramp going on the left-hand side there.
Yep. Referee's having a bar and not having a bar of it. He's playing on.
Great pass by Kingy to Michaela Graham. To the try scorer Laking. Ripped out there though by the Eastern Bay. Ball's boggling. What an offload there from Michaela Graham to the number 20, Kaylee Gardner. Great pressure by the Western Bay of Plenty team. Eastern Bay were on the back foot. Here it is here.
And you'll see here that she's stripped of the ball there, so it's play on. Then there's a little knock on straight into the hands of a Western Bay player who gets an out the back door pass. Very fortuitous that phase of play, and Western Bay pounce on that little mistake and they've scored.
Excellent score there to the Western Bay. Michaela Graham to convert the try. Straight through the uprights there. Nice little bit of style there on their kick, you think, Pat?
Easy conversion, takes the score out to 31, but you can see here, 50-50 call whether or not that tackle was completed, but that little knock on and that little offload, you can't coach that. That's just instinct, right? Rugby IP.
Yeah, and the passion, mate. She wanted to get that ball back and she just followed it through. Sure enough, popped up.
So about a minute and a half, 2 to go. 31-15 to Western Bay.
Here we go here, the try scorer. Still going. Shows a little bit of power. Big defence coming in there from Turner.
Alma Mandrip carrying the ball up there. Yeah, little knock on the floor there, unfortunate.
Good defence coming in there from the Eastern Bay of Plenty team. They'll never give up, even though there's only a minute and a half to go. They'll fight right till the end. Charge down. Tackle.
Another fortuitous bounce there. There's that little knock on, just as she lets it go.
Here we go. Bit of a dummy from the try scorer. She's got some skills, hasn't she, this young girl, Hakupa. Nice pass out there to Gates. Takes it in. Great counter ruck there coming in though from the number 4, Heather.
Big fend.
Raiha Peri, she's had a good game. Nice hands. Oh, good skills. Unlucky. Went forward. Western Bay can seal it here. Good carry by Colhoun. Out to Kingy. Another big charge by Heather. Long pass to the edge, to the try scorer. Gardner, she's had a great second half, hasn't she, Pat?
Yeah, she's been probably one of my players of the day for this game.
Another good carry from Chamberlain. She's been in and amongst it the whole game. Kicked down by Kingy. Oh, knock on there by the Eastern Bay of Plenty side. Ref looks at his watch and calls it a day. There you go, Whānau. Great game despite the score. Pat, I think it was a lot even than what it says, eh?
Oh, I think so. An excellent result in the end for Western Bay to come out on top 31-15, but a lot closer than the score indicated, and I think Eastern Bay can be proud of the performance that they put in. I think that might be their first loss of the day.
Yep, they can be very proud of themselves. The Western Bay played really well, but the Eastern Bay came back towards the end there. But congratulations to the Western Bay Penny side. We will be back soon, whānau, with the under-16 boys, Central Bay versus Western Bay final. See you soon.